me. They're repugnant. So, these are the ones that are causing the problems. Let's go to the cause. Stop looking at the effect, because all the problems, it's all the same cause. That's it. It's all a money-based cause. These money masters, these destroyers of our currency, the one thing that could get us out of misery, out of debt, out of all these social ills, out of all the crime, out of all the dubious war, out of all the debt, out of all the abortion, out of all the broken homes and divorces, out of all these suicides, out of all these problems, out of all these mass shooters. Go to the cause. You blame the people that continue to this day to destroy your currency. Say, I want accountability. I want to know why my currency went down in worth relative to this commodity. Now, is there a housing shortage? Let's get to the bottom of it. Let's rally the population. We got to go out and build affordable housing. Is that why we have homelessness? Native sons and daughters dying out on the streets? No, it's not, you liars. You're going to hell, all of you, okay? And I'm your best friend. And if you think it's harsh, just remember, this is the same kind of stuff. I learned this stuff from Jesus, okay? There's a time to get angry, okay? It's for your own good. Just like a parent gets angry with their child sometime. Their child walks out into the street, okay? I remember many years ago, I was with my daughters in my station wagon in Santa Cruz, and we were driving down the road about sundown, dusk, twilight zone. And there was two little boys riding their bikes down the street. One maybe 10, the other one maybe 5. On Capitola Road. And the speed limit there is about 35 at the time. People drive 40 plus a lot of time. This kid, the second kid, the 5-year-old, he cut right in front of me, okay? Right in front of me. No notice, no warning. The kid did not look behind him. Nothing. I slammed on my brakes and I was furious. I stopped within an inch of hitting this kid. You could ask my daughters, this happened. And what I did was I just found out whose child that was. And I just excoriated them. A similar thing happened here in Chico with some little kid that was playing near the street, and I just had to rant and rave at the parents. Okay, I didn't call CPS on them because these parents are never going to forget me and what I had to say and what their entire community, all their neighbors had to hear. And I thought I did them a great service, because if I didn't emphasize just how close their child came to being killed, okay, then I would have been remiss. I would have failed at the duty I have to being true to myself, to my conscience and my integrity. And it's that same spirit that you must embrace when it comes to getting angry at the causers of all humanity's misery. So I implore everybody, I encourage everybody to just follow in Jesus' example. Emulate Jesus and go out and excoriate people and explain to them the same way I explained to you why you're doing it. This is for your own good. Because if you don't do this thing, you will perish, okay? That's it. The wicked will perish, because they might as well be dead. The place they're going to is going to be worse than death. They're going to wish that they could not exist. Okay, that's how bad it's going to be. Because the kind of destruction of the wicked that's talked about in the Bible, that God promises to the wicked, is not the kind of destruction we traditionally think of. This is banishment. This is likened to turning a light on in a dark room and expelling the darkness, because the light is stronger, because you as a human being have authority over the darkness. And this is what's going on in the world. And the light of truth is descending more and more. It's building. So we've got this battle of Armageddon. It's happening in the spiritual realms first, but it's happening also in a very tangible way on this earth. And people are finding out that they that this light of truth is dawning, and there's not a damn thing that if you're wicked, there's not a damn thing you can do to stop it. It's that simple. That, you know what? I am a great positivist, but does that mean I'm not scared at times? I am. I'm scared because I'm apprehensive of what kind of bull that our overlords are going to pull. Okay, that is what I am reticent about. And I say, you know what? This reminds me of God's teaching that if you want to know the character and nature of God, it's not secretive. God wants us to know his character and nature, what he's like. And it's written that he does not delight in the destruction of the wicked. So while we can say, we're glad Russia got involved maybe in Syria, we can't rejoice at, ISIS guys being blown up. Okay, we can't rejoice at Al-Qaeda being, obliterated. But that's what's going to happen. The Russians are a formidable bunch, and they're smart. I mean, let me tell you, these people have been through it. They had to fight the Nazis. They lost a lot of guys, lost a lot of people, and killed a lot of people. And they're in no mood, okay, to revert and have to go to such a state again. So they're going to nip things at the bud. And I think they've been very patient and restrained so far. In the Ukraine, both, and because that area all, is part of Russia traditionally, if you go back in history, that Crimea, all that area. And then you look at what's going on in Syria and you say, well, you know what? I mean, we're not doing anything. In fact, we're supporting these guys. So, they have a duty to go in and protect the innocents. That's all he's doing. That's all Putin's doing. And these guys are saying, yeah, we're doing it. And our fighter jet guys, they don't want to confront the Russians. Believe me, these guys are smart. They do not want trouble. And, they just want to take out the bad guys. They want to take out the black hats. And then we find out, John Kerry, John McCain, some of these other idiots, I mean, they want to start Third World War. They want trouble with Russia. They want to provoke something. They want to instigate. Why? Because it's money. Relevance, right? The more the chaos, the merrier. The more crises, the merrier. They got to keep it going. Remember, if this train ever slows down, this train of tyranny ever slows down, they lose their impetus. They lose their momentum. They lose their inertia, okay? And that's what they don't want. But they've been flipped on their shell. Just like Joel Skousen pointed out, they're on the now, this new world order crowd, these black hats, and they're scratching their heads, but they're gonna relay with each other, and they're going to decide, well, you know what, this was a big hit and we're pissed off, and now we're going to do something really vicious and cruel. Somehow we're going to get our pound of flesh out of this thing. So they're very dangerous right now. So that's the apprehension I feel. That's the reticence I feel. That's that's the ominous, formidable nature of what I'm feeling, is that this could get really ugly for a while. I don't know how ugly. I'm not God. But you know what? The more knowledge you gain, and this is the big one, the more power you have to go out and affect change, to point the finger at the causers and tell other people, get your eyes off the effects of all this tyranny and put your eyes on the causers of all the tyranny, those that destroy the currency, because this gives them the ability. This is it. This is the key thing to understand. It is in the money printing power, okay? Because they know the whole world's becoming empowered with knowledge. This is something they can't stop. In the last couple of books of Daniel, this is predicted. This time, where knowledge is greatly increased on the earth. This was predicted when the average layperson started gaining great knowledge, because they knew simple truths, economic truths. Remember, it all comes down to the money. And if we could just nullify them at that point, then it's over for them. And the way to nullify them is through sound currency. It's currency with the initials "we the people" on the currency. And where it leads is full prosperity. This is just a means to an end. This is how we will get out of oppression. The world of tomorrow is dramatically different than the world of today. You're not, if you're worried about gun violence, all that stuff's going to be a thing of the past. The renewal of all things is at hand. It's nigh. It's very close. And we've all got to, be ready for that world. So you can start adjusting your paradigm. You can use your God-given imagination to imagine exactly what things are going to be changed. How different will it be? And how do I want to be prepared? Psychologically, spiritually, how do I want to prepare my heart, my soul, my spirit, my mind, and my body for what is coming upon the world? Okay? Because it's a good thing. It's a very, very, very good thing. And the more you hunger and thirst for righteousness to prevail in this almighty fight, then the more rewarded you're going to get. Because the happier you're going to be when you see equality on earth, when you see humanity living in peace and safety and security and prosperity, free from the evildoers, when they're banished, they're gone from the face of the earth. They weren't found worthy to inherit it. They'd be miserable in a world like that anyhow. So God, in his infinite mercy and wisdom, says, look, these people would be miserable in a world where you've got full equality, where you've got full prosperity, where you've got full, security and all good things, and joy is that's the word for the day. Is we're just joyful and free. We serve each other of our own free will because we have a conscience, and to be true to ourselves, to be true to our conscience, we want to use our God-given talents in service to others. It's what we do. In fact, we'd probably be infinitely more productive